This is exactly right.
The Hulu original series Furious is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Starring Emmy Rossum as Alice Black, Furious follows a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, played by Lola Pettigrew, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
While Alice upholds justice, Catherine kills for it, terrorizing the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
With secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series Furious.
Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye. The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Right now, you can get great deals on Hyundai's most popular models,
including the adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid.
Plus, there's the bold and stylish Elantra loaded with the latest tech.
Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or the Ioniq 9.
So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Goodbye.
Hello and welcome to my favorite murder. I've always wanted to say that. Hey guys, it's Kyle Russell, otherwise known as the lip sync assassin Kiki with Kiki from TikTok and Instagram. Y'all, I can't tell you how excited I am to be jumping in with the MFM and the Exactly Right Network's guest host picks series, which is kind of a tongue twister. I think, as with most of us listeners, my MFM obsession started with a cautious listen. You know, the kind where you're not really sure if you're ready to purchase, you're just trying it on for size. But I've been hearing great things about the podcast, so I decided to give it a listen. And thank goodness there were 12 episodes to binge because I was hooked. Not just because I'm a true crime junkie, but because of our queen's razor-sharp humor and ability to make you instantly feel like you're part of the family. And then the lip syncs happened. I started doing the lip syncs because I kept hearing people on TikTok lip syncing to their favorite comedic scenes, and then the light bulb just went off. At first, I was only going to do duet versions where another person would play the opposite Karen or Georgia, but then I realized there were parts from each person's scene that were just as hilarious as the other. So I started doing both, and the Red Cap Georgia was born. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for indulging my silliness. All right, everyone. So this week, I'm taking us all the way back to 2017 with episode 90, Peak Experience. Now, this one really sticks with me because of my love of scary movies and stories. So someone get Ed and Lorraine Warren on the horn because we're talking about the Amityville horror murders. I've seen all the adaptations of this movie, and let me tell you, nothing scares me like possession because it's totally in the realm of maybe, kind of, sort of could happen, possibly. We just don't know. Demons and ghosts aside, it was awesome to hear the facts about the DeFeo case without the supernatural Hollywood veneer we see on film. But the facts are still just as terrifying. So here's Georgia telling us the tale of the Amityville horror DeFeo murders.
Are you first or am I first?
I think it's you, Steven.
I think it's me too.
Yeah, because you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we counting that?
Yeah. We're counting what happens to us.
We're counting what we decide.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to go first. All right.
Have a peak experience with this one.
All right. It's October. Everyone's favorite month. It's fucking Halloween time. Listen, let's do this.
It's like you're giving me a sales pitch in a voice that says I'm not interested in working with you.
Well, I did this murder because I wanted to do it. And then I realized I could fucking tag it on to the fact that it's Halloween time.
Oh, yeah.
But it's very loose.
Okay.
So I'm not married to it. You know what I mean?
Got it.
And I also watched this. The way I actually did think of doing this is I watched this movie on Netflix, like a Netflix movie that I had heard nothing about, called Little Evil, that ended up being so fucking good.
Oh, good.
It's basically if the kid from, like if Satan's spawn, the spawn of Satan, had a mother, and the mother was Evangeline Lilly, and she married a man who became the spawn of Satan's stepdad, and it is Adam Scott.
Oh.
And it's so charming and so cute and funny. I don't know how this just like went under the radar. And Bridget Everett is like his sidekick.
Wow.
It's such a charming movie.
So it's like comedy?
It's a dark comedy.
That's awesome.
It's so good. So please go watch it. And then I thought, oh, that's fun. So here is, here's the story, the real story behind the Amityville Horror.
Yes.
You ready for this?
Okay, just really quick. And I know I've said this 1,000 times. The hardback book of the Amityville Horror. So it's shaped like a paperback, but it had a hard white cover.
Huh.
Was the book in my grammar school library that I checked out so many times Sister Rita Rose got mad at me.
I forgot that it was that book, and now I feel like I've stolen a murder from you.
You have not?
Okay.
And I celebrate this, and I'm thrilled.
Okay. I want to tell baby Karen, little Karen, about this story.
Well, she's right here.
Well, I'm going to tell her right now.
No, I don't want you to. That's what she's like.
All right. So, of course, everyone knows about the Amityville Horror, the movie. It's this haunted house that's like, inhabited by Satan and all this bullshit. But I don't know. People maybe don't know that it's actually based on an actual story that happened before the haunting.
That's right. As a huge fan of the book, me and Sister Rita Rose, what I loved about the book was the fact, or this story, whether or not it's true, is it starts out as, oh, they find out this horrible thing happened in their house, but then they find out that there's something else going on. Mm-hmm. So but that could completely be for like the book and movie. Who knows if that part is real?
I'll fucking tell you.
Sweet.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So the DeFeo family, they consist of Ronald DeFeo Sr., he's 44, and his wife Louise, 42. Ronald is a car salesman at the family dealership. Super fucking successful. Mob ties? Maybe.
Perhaps.
Probably. Pretty much. Definitely.
I mean, don't all Italians have mob ties? Oh my God.
Oh no, she just offended a quarter of our listeners.
How dare you?
So the random fucking car dealership is doing so well in Brooklyn that the DeFeo family is able to move from their apartment in Brooklyn to a 3-story colonial in the charming town of Amityville on Long Island, about an hour outside of the city.
Do the whole thing in that voice.
Okay. I was trying to be a real estate agent.
Oh, that's fun.
That. Yeah.
That's why you put that neckerchief on.
And bake some cookies.
Yep.
All right. They chose this home. And as you saw on the cover of the Amityville book, it's a piece of Americana, 2 stories plus an attic. It's huge and sprawling. There's a boathouse right on the Amityville River. And out front, they put a sign post that says High Hopes, basically naming the house. So it's this gorgeous, huge colonial house.
It has eyes.
It looks like it has eyes because it has these 2 windows up in the attic that look like eyes.
Yeah.
So the oldest of the DeFeo children is Ronald Butch DeFeo Jr. He's born on September 26, 1951. Ronald Sr., the dad, is a domineering man. He would fucking pick fights with his wife and children. He was physically abusive. And the target of a lot of this abuse was Ronald Jr. I'm going to call him Butch. partly because he was the eldest, so there's a lot of expectations on him. And it said that he would beat the shit out of him. He'd throw him against a wall and hit his head. So there's the head injury aspect that we all know and love. So as Butch gets older, he starts fighting back. And he's also known as a bully at school. He's just like angry, mean kid.
Bullies get bullied. Bullies are bullies because they've been bullied.
Exactly. So the parents, they try to take him to Butch to a psychiatrist. He fucking refuses to go. Oh. And so instead they're like, let's just appease and placate him. And they start buying him anything he wanted and giving him money. Like that's their solution.
I bet it worked, right?
I mean, you know what? The only way we would know if someone would do it to us.
That's
we should try it. Is all I'm saying.
What a bizarre plan. I mean, like, cause I understand that they were rich, but that I feel like never in the history of man has that worked.
Oh,
for
clearly
rich
it's
kids.
never worked, but I understand, especially back in the 70s. It's like, well, here's what we'll do. If he's never unhappy, he's never going to get mad.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so they start buying him a bunch of shit, including a $14,000 speedboat when he was 15.
What?
$14,000 today would buy you a nice car. Back then, can you imagine?
So these people, something happened and they're swimming in money.
Why would the son's owner of a car dealership in Brooklyn have that much fucking money?
I mean,
quality salesman.
He's really friendly and he's got a couple pinky rings. Not just one like normal car salesman, but a couple.
Well, that's the other thing too, is he looks like Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
He's got that big, bulky, intimidating presence. He's kind of, he speaks like a Long Islander would, which I will refuse to do.
Hey, the Parkway's over by my pocketbook. It's a lot of that kind of shit.
Why is there a Parkway by his pocketbook?
Those are the two words that remind me of Long Island. Because my friend Vicky, I used to work with my friend Vicky, who is from Long Island. And those are the first two things I heard her say on one of the first days that we worked at Ellen together, where I was like, where are you from? There's no such thing as a Parkway out here.
Yeah. And pocketbooks, wallets.
Stop it.
Calm down.
She also used to always say food shopping. I'm going to go food shopping. Where I'm like, that's just shopping. I don't care. You have to specify.
Yeah. No, we get it. It doesn't matter.
I just got my food shopping done.
How about you? I just went shopping for food.
How about you don't tell me about your fucking errands?
Yeah.
Just
how about we all do it? Listen.
I love you, Vicky.
Italians, Vicky, and Long Islanders.
Vicky Ernst.
Apologies in advance. Boop, boop, boop. Bah. Okay. Of course, not surprisingly, it only made things worse. And by 17, Butch had become an LSD and heroin user.
Oh.
Which is like heroin in the 70s.
That's when it was really organic. It was just a gorgeous golden brown.
It was like a pure trip.
I do feel like, though, people were so naive about drugs in the 70s. My friend Jerry had a story about doing, I think they called it window pane, which is that intense acid from the 70s.
No.
Where she said they were tripping for days.
No.
And every day they saw the whole world in a different color. So the first day it was red and the second day was purple.
And I was kind of cool, but I don't want that.
It makes me sick to my stomach.
No, I was thinking that too.
It's just won't ever end. And that was just because they walked home from school and a guy was like, hey, do you want to buy this acid?
Oh, he loved it. He loved making them trip that hard. Oh, fuck that.
Crazy.
Okay. I ate crayons as a joke once when I was on LSD. Let's not talk about it. My friend and I were like, let's chew these crayons up and see what happens when we spit them out. I bet it'll be really pretty. Oh my God. Cut this immediately.
Was it pretty?
It was gorgeous.
I wore a vinyl dress to my own Christmas party and I was answering the door and people were like, are you okay? And then I realized it was because I was so cold my lips were blue. But I was like, this outfit is amazing. I look like I'm from space. Hosting a party on acid, not a good idea.
Never, ever. Don't do drugs. Okay.
Don't do drugs, everybody.
Expelled from school as well. So at 18, he's expelled from school and they're like, you know what? What'll fix him? Let's give him a job at the family car dealership.
Yes.
Let's do that.
There it is.
Let's not give him a lot of responsibilities and let's give him a large salary. Boom.
Sorry, you're reading me the Donald Trump story? What's happening?
Ooh,
political. You better be careful.
I liked them till they got political. My fucking mom.
Okay, so he's the boss's son, asshole that's coming in on a full salary but doesn't have to do anything.
The boss's son, and then the boss's grandson.
Oh.
And he's just like, pay me, motherfuckers.
How about you pay me?
And he looks, and he's probably the original Brooklyn hipster. He looks like this Brooklyn hipster.
Sideburns?
What more do you need? Sideburns, beard, like 70s garb, but it's because it's in the 70s.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not just like fucking bedbug used outfits from a thrift store.
Right. It's the real deal.
It is real. So, okay. But he uses the money, the salary he makes to buy guns, alcohol, and drugs, and continues his shitty behavior, which included run-ins with the law, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Once during a fight between his mom and dad were fighting, meaning the dad was like fucking bullying the mom. Butch points a 12-gauge shotgun at his father and pulls the trigger. The gun malfunctioned and didn't fucking shoot.
Oh my God.
So this guy's out of his mind. So in the weeks before the murder, this thing happened where, it's 1974. Butch is given the job of depositing more than 20 grand from the car dealership to the bank. They're like, go to the bank, deposit this.
Use your boat.
Use your boat. Which is like, why are you giving this kid that money? And not surprisingly, he reports that he had been robbed at gunpoint while he was waiting at a red light, but he had actually planned the mock robbery. And at first the dad seemed to believe it, but when the police showed up to question him, which is like, stick with your story, bro, he fucking loses his shit and is super pissed off and refuses to cooperate. And then so his dad realizes something isn't right and he thinks his son was up to it. And Butch threatens to kill him. So
To kill the dad again?
yeah. Now, a week later, cut to the early morning hours of November 13th, 1974. The family is sleeping and Butch goes around with a shotgun. So the first shot, he goes into his parents' room. They're sleeping on their stomachs. The first shot hits Ronald Sr. in the back, tearing through his kidney and exiting through his chest. He fired another round into his back and it pierces his father's spine and lodged in his neck. He's dead. Then he shoots his mother twice as well. It shatters her rib cage, collapses her right lung, and physical evidence shows that Louise, his mother, was awake when she was shot. Like she went to turn around to see what was going on. They're both on their stomachs when they're found. Then Butch goes into his sweet baby brother's rooms, Mark, who's 12, and John Matthew, who's 9, and shoots them both while they're face down in their beds. Mm-hmm. And then he ends by shooting his sisters point blank. First is Allison, who's 13, and he shoots her in the face, and then his young, and she's killed instantly. And then he turns on his sister, Dawn, who's 18, and shoots her in the head, blowing off the left side of her face. Mm-hmm. So fucking brutal with a shotgun. So just after 3 a.m., in a span of less than 15 minutes, Ronald Butch DeFeo Jr. had brutally slain every member of his family. They were all found lying on their stomachs in bed. Butch showers, trims his beard, gets dressed in jeans and work boots, and then he collects his bloody clothing and the rifle, wraps them up in a pillowcase, and on his way to work, he disposes of the pillowcase and everything in it by tossing them into a storm drain. I spelled that wrong. Tossing them into a storm drain.
And that's where the clown from It was waiting?
That's the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life. Why did you say that?
Well, that's what I think of when I think of storm drains.
Totally. That or JFK being killed because they arrested someone in a storm drain right after it happened.
No.
Yeah. We'll get, you know what? Maybe I'll do it one day.
Shit. I'd never heard that.
Yeah.
Every time I walk George, my dog, if we walk, there's a storm drain that we always walk by and she always has to go and stick her head down in it.
No.
And every time I'm like, if that fucking clown from It is in there, I am going to lose it.
She's going to get her head chomped off.
By what?
A clown.
She loves it in there.
So many smells.
I know. So many raccoons.
Okay. Then tosses it in a storm drain, then goes to work at the car dealership at 6 a.m.
Oh, all by himself?
Yeah. Yeah. Goes to work
At the family car dealership.
at the family car
That he
dealership.
just
And I
killed.
think they were like, what are you doing here at 6 a.m.? It's weird anyways.
He's like, you know me, Butch, how much I love working
Yeah.
and getting along with people.
want to get an early start.
Come on, I got my boots on.
My jeans. My beard is trimmed. So throughout the morning, he keeps saying like, I don't know why my dad's not here yet. So he keeps calling home. He leaves work around noon and he spends the day with his friends. And to secure an alibi, he tells them that he couldn't seem to reach anyone at home to let them know that he's like trying. And hey, look, no one's answering.
Yeah.
He ends up at a bar real close in Amityville, real close to his house. And then is like, hey guys, I'm going to go check on my family. It's so weird that I haven't heard from them. And then at 6:30 that night, he bursts back into the bar and yells, you got to help me. I think my mother and father are shot. So, Butch and a small group of people from the bar went to the home and they found the whole family dead in their beds. When the detectives questioned Butch about who could be a suspect in the murders, he told them that he believed that a mafia hitman named Louis Fellini may have been responsible and that his whole family was like in with the mob and that they had wronged the Fellini family in some way and they were pissed off at him. So he then gives them the alibi of I've been gone all day. And when I left the house this morning, my whole family I think they were still alive. So the police take him into protective custody while they search for the suspect. But when they searched the house, they found an empty box for a recently purchased 35 caliber Marlin gun. It's for you gun people in Butch's room. And when the timeline came together, it placed Butch at home at the time of the homicides, not after he left. So when they question him, he begins to change his story. He says that Fellini had appeared at the house early that morning, put a revolver to his head, and dragged him from room to room as they murdered his family. Him and an accomplice murdered his family, making Butch watch. Then, eventually, under questioning, he broke down and confessed to killing his family, saying, once I started, I just couldn't stop. It went so fast. On trial, his defense lawyer, William Weber, tried to prove that he was insane, saying that he heard demonic voices that told him to kill his family, but the psychiatrist for the prosecution proved that he suffered from antisocial personality disorder, which doesn't mean you're crazy. The illness made him aware of his actions, but motivated by a self-centered attitude. And even at one point during the trial, he threatened to kill both his own lawyer and the judge. They put him on the stand.
Well, it seems like that's his solution to a lot of problems is I'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which really, as we're learning is a non-solution.
Yeah. It's this thing of like, people pretending to be crazy to get the verdict of insane. And it's like, no, you're just proving what a piece of shit you are. And you're also understanding that you need to plot this out. So it makes you look sane because you understand reasoning and plotting.
Yes. There's not the insanity part isn't there. But you are clearly either a sociopath or just the most rotten, spoiled child of all time.
Exactly.
Like, is that where spoiling children can get you?
Yeah.
Because that should be a PSA. All those kids that are fucking screaming out loud in restaurants. It's like, get a hold of it now.
Yeah.
Or you're going to go the route of the Mr. Butch DeFeo.
Amen. Or at least something
Hallelujah.
close. And or you're just annoying everyone else around you. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm trying to eat in peace.
Yeah. Just no screaming. How about the rule of no screaming?
No screaming. And if your child is screaming, take them outside.
Or how about you glare at your child? No one wants you to hit them.
No.
But how about a good icy... My father used to stop us in our tracks with the look on his face.
Oh my God. Like you've gone too far.
Well, also he was very large and intimidating. So I'm sure he only had to look at us. But we'd be like, ugh! And you just like, ugh!
Yeah.
Go sit exactly where
This
you
is
were.
not going well. Stop right now.
Yeah.
I love it. So on November 21st, 1975, the jury finds Butch guilty on 6 counts of second-degree murder. He's sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences. But all these questions, and this is like one of the reasons why this murder is still big to this day and people still debate it when it's clear that this fucking crazy dude on acid and heroin who was a piece of shit, narcissistic asshole, just killed his entire family. There are things that are weird that make people question what really happened and think that it didn't happen that way. So one of them, which I totally understand and want to know the answers to, is how did he shoot 6 people in 4 different rooms without any of them waking up or trying to escape?
Yep.
And they're all on their stomachs when they're shot. So no one turned over to be like, what the fuck was that?
Like they were drugged?
Well, that's what I thought too.
Okay.
No drugs in any of their systems.
Really?
Period.
Oh.
Yeah. And no neighbors heard the rifle blasts at all. And this is a fucking rifle.
Yeah.
The defense experts conducted an experiment on the Marlin rifle and found that its rapport. It's spelled report, guys.
It's just a report.
Its noise was so loud that it could be heard almost a mile away.
It's a rifle.
Yeah. So how did none of the neighbors hear it? And you can see photos. They weren't that far away, the neighbors. They were like literally next door.
I mean, he must have done, then did he put rum in something? I mean, like, he must have affected them in some way, right?
But how did the neighbors not hear it either?
Oh, like silencer.
No, nothing. No, there's no silencer. There's no drugs in the system. Alcohol, I doubt it either.
Well, but I mean, could there be a silencer that they didn't find?
I don't know. Yes.
I'm putting it out there.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm putting it out there.
Even though I don't know.
Rifle silencer.
It's probably Satan.
Could be Satan.
Yeah.
It is weird everybody's sleeping on their stomachs.
Yeah, that's weird.
Why isn't one person sleeping on their side?
Right?
Like a
That's
normal
weird too.
human being.
Or did he, there's the obvious answer to me is that he went from room to room and was like, stay down, there's someone in the house, and like warned them that like, don't move, I'm going to protect you.
Maybe. But then why wouldn't the dad get up? And then why wouldn't the neighbors hear the shots?
The dad first. He went and killed the dad and the mom, went into the kids' room and was like, you guys stay in here. Something's happening.
Ooh, that's fucked. Okay.
Yeah. Why'd stay on your stomach?
Stay on your stomach because I'm weird.
You know what else? He could have walked in the room and they were sitting up and he said, lay down on your stomach, and then shot them because he didn't want to see their faces when he killed them.
True. But he shot one of his sisters in the face.
He did. Maybe he was particularly hateful of that sister.
Maybe.
It is a thing that they fought a lot too. Dawn, the older sister who was 18.
Well, but then there's also the theory. Oh, sorry. Are you doing more theories?
Which one are you going to do?
The theory that Dawn was his co-conspirator and she shot people.
Let's go to that one.
Okay.
Let's go to the tapes. So it wasn't until years later, though, that Ronnie changed his story again while he was in prison and said that his sister Dawn was involved in the murders. Now, listen, Ronnie makes up so many stories that they're all bullshit.
Yeah.
They're all bullshit, but here they are. That she had actually planned the murders with him to kill their parents after they had a huge fight with them. But they had no plans to kill the siblings. And then, so she went to kill the parents, and when Ronnie found out that Dawn had also killed the kids, he was so pissed off, she had wanted to eliminate them as witnesses, that he wrestled the gun from her and shot her in the head himself. So the only person he was guilty of killing was this murderer, his sister.
I mean, that sounds like absolute bullshit.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks that we can't get any information about what their home life was really like from anyone but DeFeo and secondhand, boyfriends and friends saying what it was like. But from all their accounts, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
So who knows? And then it was reported during the original police investigation that traces of gunpowder were found on Dawn's nightgown, indicating that she may have fired a weapon. But I guess it's also proven that if someone shoots you at close range, you can get that as well.
Yeah.
Then he claims that his sister Dawn shot his father, then says their mother, distraught over that, shot Dawn and her 3 youngest kids, so that Dawn killed the dad, the mother killed Dawn and the other 3 youngest children, then shot herself. And then when Butch found out, he flies into a rage and fired 1 bullet at his wounded mother who had just shot himself. So the only person he shot was it's just.
But all that happens
way later. He said he makes these stories up later.
No, I get it.
Oh.
I'm saying the reason that doesn't fly is because of the laying down on the stomachs thing.
Yeah.
You can't have that kind of chaos and then everyone end up in the same position.
I mean, it's just
it doesn't seem
such a far-fetched theory.
It's stupid.
To believe it is idiotic, especially with only the fucking testimony of a fucking crazy person who's trying to get himself away from any responsibility of what happened.
Yeah. It almost sounds like somebody, he like was sitting in jail bored, and he's
Totally.
like, maybe they'll listen to me if I just make up a new story.
Totally. So in 1975, let's get to the fucking haunting shit real quick. Also total bullshit. In 1975,
Now we're in a fight.
Karen the Catholic.
This is my favorite story.
Okay.
You can't say it's bullshit.
I'm sorry.
It's my favorite.
I know. I want to believe it so much too, but the more I'm reading, the more I'm like, ugh.
I know.
And the movie, when I was a kid, scared the shit out of me. I also looked up when that was made, and I was like, nope, too young to have watched this.
What, like 82? Something crazy like
I
that?
don't know, Steven, look it up, because that would mean I was only 2.
That's
and
the
that
Jim
doesn't make any
Brolin
sense.
movie, right? Where he has
Yes.
the beard and he's like super nuts.
It's a gorgeous movie.
They keep going to that digital clock that it's like 3:12 or whatever time it was that it happened.
3:15 or something. Yeah, and he keeps waking up. All right, so it's based on the fact that George and Kathy Lutz, they buy, about a year after this, they buy the DeFeo house for $80,000. They knew about the murders, but they were like, it's cool, we don't believe in shit. Steven,
79.
then I wasn't
Ooh.
born yet.
79.
So I watched it in the womb.
I
think I watched it on like a Friday night
Yeah, it was
Turner
on
movie
TV.
classics or whatever.
No, because I remember watching it in my aunt's living room, and I wouldn't have watched it when I was 9. Yeah, it was on TV.
We must have been home alone, turned it on, and then I wanted to kill myself.
It was like a creature features thing.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, what's this?
Yeah, it terrified me. Okay.
Remember the flies on the window?
The flies in the window. Wasn't there a scene where like they were standing outside of the house when they had left it, and all the lights were flicking on and off, and all this crazy shit was going on inside?
Yes.
That scared me more than anything I ever had until I watched it.
Wow.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I was a scaredy cat as a kid.
It's a very big deal.
Thank you. All right. Okay. So they buy the house. They're like, no big deal. We got a good deal on it. So George and Kathy and Kathy's 3 kids from a different marriage moved in. That doesn't matter. Then weird shit starts happening.
What's happening?
What?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I don't need to specify that she had 3 kids from a different marriage, you know? It was just like,
That's fine.
okay. Like, I don't want to shame her. Like, she's a divorcee with 3 kids. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I did that. Like, I'm not judging her.
It seems like information you're trying to convey.
Like, I don't need to. It's unnecessary, and it seems...
So they were born out of wedlock?
No. They were born...
Kidding.
Listen.
Look.
Let me tell you about her life.
Okay.
So they have a priest come to bless the house. He said he felt an unseen hand slap him
Yes.
in one of the rooms and heard a voice saying, "Get out. Get out." They said that they had crazy things happen, like windows and doors would lock inexplicably and then open and close. A devilish creature was seen outside the window at night. George was seemingly, quote, possessed by an evil spirit, and green slime oozed from the walls and ceiling. The family, there was apparitions of hooded figures, clouds of flies. I think I already said that. Cold chills, personality changes, sickly odors, objects moving about on their own. And then the youngest Lutz child, a little girl, became friends with a devilish pig, evil demonic pig, imaginary friend called Jody.
Yeah. Jody the pig.
Jody the pig, good old Jody the pig. And then Kathy reports that she was often beaten and scratched by unseen hands, and that one night she was levitated off of her bed.
Shit.
And then George says his wife was physically transformed into an old woman with the face and hair and wrinkles of a 90-year-old woman, which I'm like, that's insulting. Keep that to yourself. You know what I mean? Like when Vince is like, you have too much makeup on. It's like, shut up. You know what I mean?
But it was demonic forces. It wasn't just like, I fear you. I fear your old age in the future.
Okay. And then he'd wake up at 3:15 every morning.
Oh, 3:15,
when the murders
yeah.
happened. So just 28 days after they moved in, they fled the house. They left all their clothes in the closets and food in the refrigerator. By the way, when they bought the house, it had all of the DeFeo's furniture still in it, except for the mattresses where the kids were fucking murdered on.
No way.
So what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, redecorate, man.
Like the real estate agent's like, you can buy this as is.
Yes.
And it's a bargain.
You know that murder house in Los Feliz that's
Yeah.
been fucking closed up forever?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine buying it? Be like, well, this is great vintage furniture. Just leave it.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so they end up publishing the account of the hauntings in a book that was written by, that they worked on with Jay Anson called The Amityville Horror, True Story, which we all know and love. Published as nonfiction in 1976, sold more than 6 million copies. Film version comes out, huge box office success. The Lutzes become famous. They later admit it was a hoax.
No.
Yeah.
When?
Concocted with the help of Butch's defense lawyer, William Weber. Remember him? Who was like, no, he's crazy. He heard demonic voices. So they said it wasn't ghosts. They had all these fucking psychics and mediums come in. And it was like, there's no ghost here. It's demonic possession, which I believe in ghosts. Sure. Fine. Let's have it. But demonic possession is fucking stupid.
I don't know.
Famous last words. So William Weber's angle was... if
Georgia just turned her head all the way around.
and then I vomited in your face. William Weber, remember, was trying to say that... basically using this account, who, by the way, they said that they came up with after a few bottles of wine. Oh my God, I forgot that part. With the Lutzes, that to prove that the house was possessed and so was Butch.
And he was not responsible, basically.
Yeah. That's why the family was killed. So Ronnie's still in prison. All of his appeals and requests to the parole board to date have been denied. And that's the Amityville Horror and the murder of the DeFeo families.
It's so...
Family.
In the Amityville Horror book, they talk about this red room that's in the basement.
Yes.
And how it's filled with evil and all this stuff. And I was so fascinated by this. It's almost like they centralized where the evil was coming from.
Yeah.
And like people tried to go in there and they would get crazy headaches and all this weird shit would happen. I was so fascinated by that.
It doesn't exist.
I'm
sorry. It exists, Karen, in your mind. Karen, it exists in your heart and soul.
It's fine. I feel like at the heart of every story like that is
I know.
People want to go like, oh my God, the devil has been here and there's flies on this sewing room window. But at the end of the day, the truth of it is a spoiled asshole drug addict killed his family, which is the thing people can't face because
Children.
It's not a monster.
And
it's a real person.
How could someone kill children?
Right.
Who had nothing to do
totally
with
innocent.
any of this. It's like...
So you'd rather be like, the devil did it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Oh,
honey, I'm sorry.
Oh, what a story. I love it. I can't believe I didn't do that.
I know.
So
I can't believe I did. It didn't even cross my mind that was the story. I don't know why I was thinking of The Omen as that story.
Oh yeah, because he's this
for you though.
He's
like
got the mark.
The book you checked out. I totally forgot.
Oh yeah,
girl.
But I mean,
it makes it even worse that you could check that book out. It was so scary.
It was horrifying.
Oh my God.
It was very detailed. And I mean, the nun that was mad at me was the scariest part of all.
Right.
So.
Right.
Buying clothes is easy. That's why everyone's always doing it.
But finding clothes you actually want to wear is the hard part.
Get all your favorite elevated essentials at Quince.
Quince specializes in effortless, high-quality essentials like ultra-soft organic cotton and premium Mongolian cashmere sweaters. They're beautifully tailored and built to last. And it's not just apparel. Quince also brings that same everyday elevation to everything they offer, from hotel-quality bedding and bath to kitchen staples, essentials, and thoughtfully designed furniture.
They work directly with ethical factories, so you're paying for quality, not brand markup.
It's so true that they have wonderful items that aren't just clothes. I have like 3 of their 100% mulberry silk pillowcases. I've bought throws from there. I've bought bedding from there. And it is just as great quality as their clothes and super affordable.
Upgrade your everyday.
Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/MFM. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
Now available in Canada and the UK too.
QUINCE.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
The right piece of furniture can completely change your room.
And your life. It's amazing what one good couch can do for morale.
And that's why there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time. There's no filler. Every item is chosen for its craftsmanship, design, and lasting value.
And with Article's 30-day satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence, knowing that if you're not completely in love with your new furniture, you can easily return return it.
I recently needed to replace my old outdoor dining room table and chairs. So, of course, I went straight to Article. They have the Sarik outdoor dining set. I got it in khaki green. It's such a cute, like minty green. It looks so good in my backyard. I can't wait to have alfresco dinners all summer. You know, we can carve pumpkins on it in fall. It's so beautiful. Article knocked it out of the park once again.
Article's offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Goodbye.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders.
FX's The Shards premieres August 5th on FX and Hulu.
Goodbye.
Wow. I don't know about y'all, but I'm still super creeped out by that one. However, I think one of the best parts of this episode is Karen telling us it's her favorite story and George's wholesale destruction of that dream. Kind of like when you learn your favorite nursery rhyme is actually about Bloody Mary and not a simple gardener. Next, we have an episode from 2018, episode 119, Fingers Everywhere. I love this one because it has everything. Babies, ladders, cross-continental travel. It goes all the way to the top. Well, maybe to the third ladder wrong, but still. So Karen's telling of the Lindbergh baby kidnapping always horrifies me because losing someone is everyone's worst nightmare. But the facts of the case, however cut and dried they are, still leave room for questions. And who doesn't love a good conspiracy theory? Not that you believe them, but that they make for great gossip. And the whole eugenics turn, girl, it's a mess. So here's Karen giving us the story of the Lindbergh baby kidnapping.
So somebody suggested this on Twitter, and I was positive I was going to write her name down today when I was like, oh, I am going to do that one she suggested.
It's a theme.
And yeah, exactly. And she suggested it in a terse way. So I imagine she's the kind of person that's going to be very pissed off that I took her idea and didn't give her name.
Well,
Because
good.
She said, have you guys ever done the blah, blah, blah case? I think you should. It was something like that. It was basically like, come on, get with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually a great idea. Thought I could look her up while we were sitting here, and my Twitter does a thing sometimes where it just won't go back very far. So I couldn't look it up. So full apologies. Hopefully I'll hear from you.
Email Twitter first. Tell them to fix their shit.
Let at Jack know to stop letting Nazis run free on his website, and then that we need to be able to go back a couple days.
Right.
Just for the podcast.
Or like search a word and okay.
You know what? Also editing. It would just be nice to get one more pass before you send your ideas out. Anyhow, guys, this I am going to do the crime of the century, the kidnapping of the Lindbergh baby.
Girl, I'm applauding you, but I would scare Elvis, who's sitting on me right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Also, it's not my applause. It's this girl's whose name I'm not
This
saying.
girl.
This
You're
girl.
amazing.
Oh, also, woman, we should be saying woman.
Right.
We don't know. I actually could be misremembering, and I'm just attributing like a feminine aspect to like whatever picture. Maybe she has long
Humans.
hair. Who knows?
Humans.
That human is going to let us know just how pissed they are about not getting credit for, you know, a case I also can't believe that we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And as I was doing it, part of me was like, what if George has done this? And I was like, yeah, at this point, I just don't care. I just want to do what I want.
I think that's our new theme is, did she do this?
I mean, let's just start repeating stories and retelling
purposely.
them and just do better each time.
Oh my God.
Less
Yes.
and less corrections corner.
Love it.
And then in like 7 years, we're going to get to that journalistic level people have been wanting us to be at this whole time.
No, we're not.
Never.
And then we'll give up on the podcast.
Yes, then we'll quietly walk away in the night.
Yeah, because you know how quiet we are. We'll walk away.
So I got all this information from an episode of Nova.
Oh, great
Thank
show.
fucking God for
PBS.
that.
Mwah.
Baby, It's like, and you can get an education for free on PBS. And the funniest thing is this episode of Nova featured John Douglas, FBI profiler John Douglas, who you just mentioned. He's the main, basically, they pulled John Douglas all the way through of going, the Lindbergh baby case was, and murder was presented in this way. And they got to this conclusion. John Douglas doesn't agree.
John Dougie, that's what we call him. You know,
he's in there with his super reasonable face,
our friend,
and his glasses, holding his glasses in his teeth. Our friend of the show, John Douglas. There's a Netflix series called Conspiracy that is good, and they do the thing where they do it's compilation, so it's like 3 stories in each episode,
so you don't
and
get
this
bored.
one. What's that?
So you don't get bored.
Yeah, they keep it moving. And this one the episode is disappearances. It's also, the other, I can't remember what the third crime is, but the other first crime in that is the Lord Lucan.
You did that guy.
Disappearance. Yes, I did do that.
I love it.
Loving it. So here we go. Here's a little backstory for you of why anybody cared about Charles Lindbergh in the first place. On May 21st, 1927, a 25-year-old U.S. airmail pilot named Charles Lindbergh touched down in an airfield outside of Paris, France, in his plane, the Spirit of St. Louis. When I read that name, I'm like, oh, that's what that is.
What?
Like, you know, the Spirit of St. Louis?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you had asked me that, I would have confused it with the Spruce Goose. I would have, you know,
maybe
what I mean?
an Amelia Earhart situation.
Exactly.
But at least you know it's a plane.
We know it, maybe it's a plane but now we know exactly. That's Charles Lindbergh's wonderful plane that got him. He was the first man to ever make the nonstop flight from New York to Paris. It was 33 and a half hours. It was 3,600 miles.
Is that like in one of those planes that doesn't have a face either? So it's just like wind in your face.
No, a biplane. I'm pretty sure it had a face on it. Although, why would I say that if we're 2 years in? Why would I fucking say that?
Because you're not going to start now with not knowing shit.
My brain shows me movies, and that's reality to me. And I just report to you, yes or no.
My brain shows me movies, and that's reality.
And that's my reality.
I love it.
It was
33 hours. We complain about 4 or 5 hours to New York City.
33 hours and 33 hours alone. And all day, all night.
And all you hear is the whole time.
He couldn't bring a bunch of extra shit.
Steven's on the
Steven's got it.
The plane.
And do you know, thank God, the Spirit of St. Louis is closed in the front. Thank God. Right.
But I bet it's loud as fuck still.
Oh, the whole thing, it looks like a big aluminum can.
No temperature control. No toilet.
No, it was freezing. You know, he was peeing in an old Pepsi bottle. I mean...
Throwing it overboard.
Throwing it overboard for the first time in human history. Okay, so... when he sets down in Paris and he does this thing. So, just to give you a little, did that fucking, God damn it. I cut and pasted it and then lost this piece of information. Okay. But like 6 other people had tried to do this and 3 of them died.
Dude.
So this wasn't a thing. This was not, this was something because there was a prize. It was, these people said, whoever does this first gets $25,000.
Jesus.
So lots of pilots and different people were trying for it, and it's really hard. And some people like had to ditch out and whatever, but like people lost their lives trying to make this flight. So when Lindbergh landed in this airfield outside of Paris, he was immediately an international superstar.
Shit.
He was the most famous man in the world. He got carried around the people that were waiting at the airstrip.
He never had to walk again.
He never walked again. His feet became curled and atrophied. No, they said they held him. This is on the Wikipedia page. They carried him on their shoulders for over a half an hour.
Jesus. He's like, I've only wanted to touch the ground for the past 30 hours. The first 3 were great. Put me down.
Yeah. He's like, this is the exact position I've been stuck in for 33 hours. All right. So he gets the nickname Lucky Lindy, gets that $25K. He also gets thousands and thousands more for all these promotional fees.
Yeah, I bet.
Because
the Pepsi bottle, it's Pepsi company.
Pepsi's like, we want that bottle.
Yeah.
But apparently this really opened up aviation in general, but also for airmail. So he was the guy that kicked it open over like FedEx and everything, where it's like, you want to get something to Europe, we're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what the whole contest was about.
Okay.
Was to kind of focus on aviation, but then like, opening up so that suddenly people were thinking, business in terms of aviation. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. He was given the Medal of Honor, which is the military's highest award. And he was given, he was Time Magazine's first ever Man of the Year.
Wow.
And still the youngest to this day. He was 25 years old.
So young.
Yeah.
And he was kind of hot too.
Well, do you know who he looks like?
Who?
Do you mind pulling up a picture of Mr. Charles Lindbergh at age 25 when he made this flight?
Don't tell me until I see it.
Okay.
Who is it?
I'm gonna show you a picture.
Okay.
You're gonna tell me who you think this man looks like.
Was
please take your time. I'm just killing time while Steven finds it.
Was he tall? He looked tall.
He was tall.
Photos.
Yes.
Okay.
He was tall. He was blonde. He had a dent in his chin.
Love it.
His coloring was very like caramel, but with blonde hair, which those people.
I don't care.
Those people
Let's
always
just
win.
Tell me. They always win.
Let me pull up. Oh. It's such an old Man of the Year thing that it's illustrated. That's how long ago this story took place. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry
Mama.
I did this.
No, it's okay.
Hey.
Because why don't you look at this picture and tell me
Oh, hello, handsome.
who you think this looks like?
Well, I'm going to get this wrong.
No, you're not.
He definitely looks like he's in a Brit pop band from the 60s in this photo, doesn't he?
Yes.
Does he look like, God, he's hot. Tell me.
Paul Holes. Look at the face.
But he does look like Paul
He does look like Paul Holes.
This is the Holes episode.
Well, let's just work all this Paul Holes stuff out now.
This is the holes upon holes upon holes episode.
Okay, so
He does look like Paul Holes.
Lindbergh being the most famous man in the world, and like he's being brought everywhere. He's being feted in this really intense way, and he's making a ton of money.
Good for him.
They said that for everything that kind of he got paid for around that flight, he made like almost $500,000.
Jesus.
In today's money.
Okay.
So, but still,
Dude.
a lot of
Come on,
money.
I'll
for
take
back then.
today's money, $500,000, for fuck's sake.
It's pretty nice. So that he gets a financial planner, a financial consultant from JP Morgan, it's a like big company. And, it's a big company. Did you know? And, the planner's name's Dwight Morrow, and he's also the ambassador to Mexico.
What the fuck?
He was, this was when they gave a ton of important jobs to one white guy. It was the 20s. So when Morrow, invites Charles Lindbergh to come on a goodwill tour of Mexico because he's famous and everyone loves him. Well, just by chance, Morrow's daughter Anne is down there and they meet and they fall in love.
Rich people falling in love.
Rich, good-looking people who have their own planes fall in love all the time.
They deserve everything.
They deserve to fly. Okay, he teaches her how to fly.
Oh, I bet he does.
Yeah, girl.
And then he teaches her how to, I don't know. Love.
They get married, immediately start a family. Charles Lindbergh was very vocal and verbal, insulting or criticizing, I should say, other pilots of the day. There was lots of, pilots like it's the
Shit-talking.
Amelia Earhart era where it's like being dashing, being a pilot was a big deal.
He was a trash talker.
He was, because he said that Air Force cadets and pilots of the day, they were all, had facile attitudes about women.
Oh, how dare you.
How dare! Whereas he believed the ideal romance was stable and long-term with a woman with keen intellect, hey, good health, whoops, and strong genes.
Oops. Oh, so you're a Nazi.
Good one. Good eye. His quote, experience in breeding animals on our farm have taught him the importance of good heredity.
Of good breeding. Oh, dear.
Hey, Chuck. No.
No.
It don't work that way. Okay, so that's just a little, that's your foreshadowing.
Okay.
So let's go to the crime. This is 1932. Anne and Charles Lindbergh have been married. And they now have 2 kids, a newborn, and their baby Charlie, their first son, who is 2 years old. On Tuesday, March 1st, 1932, the family's staying at their as yet unfinished new house in Hopewell, New Jersey, or right outside of Hopewell, New Jersey. They only visited this house on the weekends. They were living full time at Anne Morrow's family estate called Inglewood.
Inglewood.
Rich people. Yeah, represent. So no one except for the family would have known that they would have been at this house because they were full-time living at the Inglewood estate, but they would come to the Hopewell house and live there just for the weekend, just for fun of like, this is going to be our new house.
Okay.
There was, of course, full staff at both houses. So sometime between 8 and 10 o'clock on March 1st, one or more, they're still not sure, kidnappers, lean a homemade folding ladder. So it's a ladder that has 3 pieces that like slide into each other. An extending ladder, I guess, but it's homemade. Lean it up against the wall of the house underneath the baby's window. The window's unlocked. The kidnapper breaks in, grabs the 2-year-old. They theorize that they subdued the 2-year-old somehow because no sound was made. Yeah. No one in the house heard anything. Everyone was still awake. So it's not like everyone was asleep and the baby was stolen. Everyone's up and awake downstairs. The baby doesn't make a sound. They go back out down the ladder and off into the night with Charlie. And they leave a letter on the windowsill. So there's another ransom, demanding $50,000 to be dropped off at midnight at a local cemetery on April 2nd. And they warn not to contact the police or they'll kill the baby. So, basically Charles Lindbergh takes over this case. Now, it seemed to me that what they were kind of insinuating in both of these specials is that Charles Lindbergh really kind of believed he was the shit that the world was saying that he was for making that transcontinental flight.
He was cocky.
The transatlantic flight. Yes. Some people believe he was a narcissist. Whatever. But essentially, once this started happening, he didn't trust anybody. He didn't trust the police. And he basically told everybody how it was going to go. And in doing so, fucked up this investigation that then also some people afterwards kind of theorized maybe he was doing it on purpose. Oh my God. So there's suspicion cast, but he basically told the police, like, we're going to make this ransom drop. You will not tail anybody. You will not follow them.
Just do it.
Yeah. But we're going to do it. And so the police said, okay, fine. Just let us organize the money, the cash that you're going to drop. Because what the police wanted to do was, essentially they're using, gold. It was like the gold stand. There used to be bills that were like, it was gold standard money. Yeah. And they were beginning to phase it out. But they were like, if we just use only money with these serial numbers, it'll be easier to track if these people try to spend this money after the fact. Right. So they put together $50,000. They put it in this wooden box. Now, of course, when the kidnapping happens, it's everywhere. It's the hugest story in the nation and remained so. Of course, it got even worse after, but it's the hugest story. So when they know that there's a kidnapping and there's a ransom note, a retired school teacher named Dr. John Condon, who idolized Charles Lindbergh, puts an ad in the paper saying that he volunteers to be the go-between and make the ransom drop at the cemetery.
No, don't trust him.
Lindbergh and the kidnappers both say, sounds good. So then
what
now
is this world?
You have to see it in the Nova special. The Nova special is really good because it has so much footage. It's so crazy.
I love it.
There's footage from the trial. Like it's intense.
Yeah.
But this old guy, it's just another one of those things where like, it's a guy in a 3-piece suit. So everyone went, yeah, do whatever you want. Come on into this thing. And he is a blowhard. And he, they say he had good intentions, but he made himself, he's one of those people. He was like looking for the spotlight.
Opportunist. Yeah.
So, basically he goes to the cemetery to make that drop. and he hands over a box full, and it's a wooden box full of $50,000 in these special bills. And he exchanges that for a note saying where baby Charlie can be found. The kidnappers take the box of money, they give the note, they disappear, and the information in the note turns out to be incorrect. So it was all of that was for nothing.
Yeah.
So they still don't have the baby, and the kidnappers have gotten away scot-free.
Yeah.
So you saw it coming?
Yeah.
So 6 weeks later, on May 12th, a truck driver driving from Princeton to Hopewell pulls over because he has to use the bathroom. He walks into the woods a little bit.
No.
This is 5 miles away from the Lindbergh's Hopewell estate or home. And this truck driver finds the decomposing body of Charlie Lindbergh. And the police and the coroner and everybody eventually determined the baby was killed the night that he was taken. So it turned out that his skull was fractured, on one side. And then there was a hole in the other side of the skull, the opposite side, kind of, back by the ear. And so the police report said that the officer that went and tried to, get the body, like pull the remains out of the mud, had used a stick, and the officer thought he had poked a hole through the skull with the stick. But in this episode of Nova, there's a man named Dr. John Butts, and he's the North Carolina chief medical examiner. John Butts. He's a retired medical examiner, but he's also an expert on the suspicious death in children.
Oh my God. I want to talk to him forever.
Right? And I love when those guys come on and they're just like, nope. And it's basically, he's saying you could not, the way, especially children's skulls are, you couldn't poke. There's no way to do that. Yeah. And so even if, whether or not this person was just simply mistaken and freaked out, or they were trying to mislead, he believes that the original wound, because the theory became that when the kidnappers were coming back down that ladder.
This story has stuck, this part, I know, and it fucking is horrifying.
Yeah. They thought at the time the kidnappers were coming down the ladder with the baby and dropped the baby.
Or fell forward because wasn't one of the ladder rungs broken?
Yeah, this ladder is the ricketiest, dumbest looking thing you've ever seen. Yeah. It's truly like if we went and made our own ladder. I mean, anything's possible with a homemade 3-tiered ladder.
Yeah.
Insane. And when you see this thing, and you can see it in the Nova thing, it's like, it doesn't even make sense. But the problem is, with that theory, the fracture, that only accounts for the fracture on one side.
Right.
And it doesn't include just the baby had more injuries than that. And I think probably maybe in the hopes of simplifying, but basically they weren't taking into account. And so Dr. John Butts was like, that baby must have been laying down, and there is a blow to one side of the baby's head, which caused the hole by the ear, and the pressure of that caused the fracture on the other side. That's his theory, personally.
Yeah. No buts about it. Is that his TV show?
And then he just goes through and is talking about horrible child deaths.
Everyone's like, wait, I thought this was...
He's like, and this is how it went, and there's no buts about it. And everyone's crying. I don't want to talk about this anymore. 2.5 years after the body is discovered, it's basically goes cold for a little while.
Yeah.
A man in New York State buys 98 cents worth of gas, but he pays with a $10 gold certificate with this old money.
Yeah.
And the attendant cites it and writes down his license plate number, not because he knows it has anything to do with the Lindbergh kidnapping, but he knows that currency is going out of use. And he wants to make sure he writes the license plate number down because he wants to make sure he can get a hold of that guy if the bank doesn't take his money.
What a crazy world to be living in, that certain currencies going out and not going to exist anymore. Can you imagine just living it? It's so old timey.
It is, but it all looks exactly the same. It's the same design as modern money. It just had yellow, like gold things on it. I didn't look up what the gold standard was. I didn't. But, if you're interested in currency or the U.S. Mint, I urge you to take a tour and educate yourself. I can't do it all. So the cool thing is then he immediately calls the bank. The bank recognizes that it's on this list of the Lindbergh ransom money, and they call the police. So why do I think I can hold a huge cup of coffee and do this at the same time? So that license plate is tracked back to a car that belongs to a man named Bruno Richard Hauptmann. Hauptmann is a German immigrant carpenter who lives in the Bronx. And when the police search his home, they find a little less than $14,000, which is exactly 2/3 of the ransom money.
No way.
I'm sorry, 1/3 of the ransom money.
Got it. That's what I thought.
Yes.
But you
50,000, half is 25. Yeah. 1/3. I wrote 2/3.
Well, the other person has 2/3.
Right. It's the
That's what you meant.
It's the third that's not the 2/3.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to say. So basically he has the money with the serial numbers in his house. He also has a handgun. They're like, it's this guy. Then they look up he has a criminal record where he's from in Germany. He had 2 arrests, one for climbing up a ladder into the 2nd-story window.
What?
To break into the mayor's house.
Shut your fucking face.
To break into the mayor's
Of
house.
Germany?
To the whole mayor of Germany. And the other crime was for holding up 2 women who were pushing a baby carriage.
Dude, you're like, it's like a map.
It's a map, and it's like, here's one thing I'm not afraid to do.
Right.
Here's this other thing I'm interested in doing.
Also, I love ladders.
Also, God damn it, I love to make a ladder. Now, on that very topic, if you picture, so this ladder needs to be tall enough to reach a 2nd-story window.
Yeah.
So it's like he made a normal ladder, then he made a slightly smaller ladder that would slide up within that ladder, and then a 3rd one. Like that's how rickety and janky this ladder was.
I wouldn't claim that thing.
And they find that the 3rd section of this ladder, there's a piece of it that's made from yellow pine. And when they look up into Richard Hauptmann's attic, the floorboards of the attic are made of yellow pine.
Dude.
They pull that shit down, they pull that piece of the ladder off, and they match it exactly. So it's one more piece of like confirming evidence that this guy was there and had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Also, the bottom legs of the bottom part of the ladder broke, and that's what led them to that theory that the baby fell and cracked its head.
Okay.
Because the part of the ladder that he left there, the bottom legs were broken.
Okay.
Or had cracked. It's rickety as shit. It's like, why even?
Yeah.
Just get 4 people and climb on their backs. It would be safer. Okay. So all of that combined, gets, Richard Hauptmann arrested on September 19th, 1934. And talk about this, like, how it all went so fast back then, and there was but also the world was watching this crime. I mean, when that baby was found dead, they said the nation hadn't mourned like that since Lincoln was assassinated, and didn't mourn like that again until JFK was assassinated. Right. It was like, this was everybody's baby, and it was this American hero's child. Yeah,
but we still have it's almost why we have, appeals and shit today is because you didn't have that back then. Yeah. You just fucking killed Ethel and Julius Rosenberg out the fucking bat.
Yes. Their solution to everything was just, okay, great, kill him. We solved it. Now we don't have to do this paperwork
kill
anymore.
them before they ask any questions about what happened.
Yes. Quick beat them for 10 hours and then kill them as quickly as possible.
They confessed, kill them.
Quick.
Everything's quick.
Kill. Okay.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders.
FX's The Shards premieres August 5th on FX and Hulu.
Goodbye.
Grocery shopping seems like it should take 20 minutes.
And then 2 hours later, you're standing at the checkout with a frozen pizza and 6 different types of chips.
Lucky for you, there's Hungry Root.
Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped in one. They'll take care of the weekly grocery shopping and recommend groceries and meals tailored to you.
Once you tell them about your goals and preferences, they fill your cart with personalized recommendations. And those recommendations get smarter as Hungry Root learns more about what you did or didn't like.
Most of Hungry Root's recipes can be made in just 15 minutes or less. You can't get any easier than one pan shakshuka. I've always said that.
Yeah, I love the convenience and also the fact that I don't have to go park anywhere.
Thank God Hungry Root's around to help us shop and help us build really healthy and delicious meals.
For a limited time, get 40% off your first order, plus get a free item in every box for life.
Go to hungryroot.com/MFM and use code MFM.
That's hungryroot.com/MFM, code MFM to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. Goodbye. There's nothing better than just laying around.
Whether you're fully horizontal or at a slant, it cannot be beaten.
Unless, of course, you have a Lola blanket.
Lola is the world's #1 blanket, crafted with ultra-soft luxury vegan faux fur and a signature 4-way stretch that sets it apart.
Their products are machine washable and double hemmed for durability, and they stay flawless. No pilling, no shedding, even after repeated washes.
And there's more. Lola also makes weighted blankets, matching pillow sets, and super soft pet beds.
Lola is a great go-to gift. It's personal, beautiful, and something your loved ones can actually use every day.
For a limited time, our listeners can get 40% off select Lola Blankets products with code MFM at checkout.
Just head to lolablankets.com and use code MFM to get 40% off your order.
After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know we sent you.
Wrap yourself in luxury with Lola Blankets.
Goodbye.
So, he stood trial January 2nd, 1935, and he's found guilty on February 13th of the same year and given the death sentence. Now, at one point, he maintained his innocence throughout the whole time, including when the cops were like, if you give us the names of your co-conspirators, we will reduce your sentence. We'll make sure that you don't get the death penalty. And he just maintained his innocence and didn't give any names. So on April 3rd, 1936, Bruno Richard Hauptmann is put to death in the electric chair by the state of New Jersey. Yeah. So now there's all kinds of theories, of course, about this murder.
That was it? So the case closed?
Case closed. They got the guy. And you can see in this Nova special, they have clips of him literally on the stand during court, and the lawyer is yelling at him so loudly. Like, there's no microphones, obviously. Yeah. It looks like he's just sitting in a chair raised up above everybody, and the lawyer's like, and do you tell me? And he's like yelling. The place is packed. It was a total zoo, like the
circus,
surrounding area was packed with like thousands of people just being at the courthouse every day. It's super crazy. So yeah, they just wanted it over. They were just like done. Yeah. And they were like, oh, he's doing the thing a guilty person would do, which is like, no, I didn't do it the whole time.
And yeah, like even the phrase, the Lindbergh baby, like that was like, it was a huge story.
It was a huge story, and people wanted someone to pay.
Yeah.
This was like this tragic thing that seemed unnecessary, and they wanted someone to pay. So here's the theories. Of course, the first and strongest is that he didn't act alone. Nobody thinks he acted alone. The liquor. The ladder was too rickety. Somebody needed to hold that stupid thing from the bottom because it was like the dumbest ladder of all time. Yeah. Once he got inside, there's a baby that would make noise. So you have to have, they're going to have to subdue that baby somehow. And then they have to get back out and back down the ladder holding it still. Nothing about it just couldn't, they just don't see how it could be done by one person.
Yeah.
And there's just so much organizing and stuff to do. Also later they do handwriting comparisons. There were 15 overall. The police don't know officially because Lindbergh was like, you don't get to be a part of this. But there were 15 different ransom letters that were written.
What?
Yeah. They communicated a bunch. And, with the old retired school teacher, Lindbergh, they were masterminding all of it. And at the time and in court, they proved, the handwriting expert at the time proved that it was Richard Hauptmann's handwriting on all the letters. But of course, modern day, and in this episode of Nova, they're just like, yeah, it is inconclusive. And it's that super cool modern handwriting analysis where they're taking the, like two letters that always get written together, like a E and a T or whatever. And then they're showing how it's like all percentages. It's very scientific and exact of like, this matches, this doesn't. Because of course, in every letter, a couple things match and then some things don't. So it's all total like percentages and by
and
the numbers.
It depends on what letters are written before and after them and with where they place in the word.
Right.
I love that shit.
Yeah. It's very cool. And you can kind of see that it doesn't match, from a distance, but they needed it. They needed it to be at the time. So they believe that other people were involved. Also, because of how many things had to go right with a kidnapping like that, they believe that it was somebody that worked on the staff in one of the houses.
Oh, shit.
It was an inside job.
Oh, shit.
And they believe that, this is a man named Lloyd Gardner, who's a professor at Rutgers. And this is his theory. And it's a very strong, interesting theory. Strongly interesting. So it's his theory that there was somebody inside the house that was helping set it up. And, they're the only other people that would have known that the Lindbergh family would have gone to the Hopewell house because they were full time at the other house. So that's like very few people would have known to go to the unfinished house that they didn't live in yet.
Right.
The police interviewed a servant who worked at the Inglewood estate named Violet Sharp, and they interviewed her twice. She gave contradictory stories between the first and second one. Mm-hmm. When they went back for the third interview, she runs upstairs, drinks silver polish, and dies within minutes.
Oh, that sounds chill.
Then that's very suspicious, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, something's going on in this household. Okay, so Lloyd Gardner's theory, and then maybe other people's too, and this pulls in as some dark shit in Charles Lindbergh's life. So Charles Lindbergh had a sister who died of heart failure, and he was a researcher, he was an inventor, he did a bunch of other shit, just besides being in the, he was in the Air Force and being a pilot and all that stuff. He did a bunch of other stuff too. He started working with, a Nobel Prize winning scientist named Dr. Alexis Carrel. And Dr. Carrel had won the Nobel Prize because he did all this work in vascular surgery. Uh-huh. And so Dr. Carrel, Lindbergh went and worked with him as a medical engineer because they were trying to figure out essentially how to build a heart pump to keep people alive if they had heart failure. And that's the work they did. But the work that people didn't know so much about is that Dr. Alexis Carrel was a huge proponent of eugenics.
Oh dear.
And if you don't know, eugenics was this kind of pseudoscientific belief that got very popular in the 30s in America because of this doctor, that that human beings should be breeding to make that basically genetically superior people are the only people that should reproduce.
A master race.
Yes. And that we should sterilize anybody who's physically or mentally imperfect. It was gaining tons of popularity. And Dr. Carrel told Lindbergh he was the perfect example of the Ubermensch, Superman, that eugenics was aiming toward, which of course, our boy, Charles Lindbergh was like, oh, really? Tell me more. I love this idea that I'm the one everyone should want to be like. And I already was the international superstar.
And then you go to marry JP Morgan's fucking daughter. Like, Jesus Christ.
Master race.
Yeah.
So he becomes this huge proponent of fucking eugenics, which basically becomes a very shrouded, pro-Nazi anti-Semitic movement. Yeah. But it just has this super creepy face of like, the American dream is almost how they were trying to market it. Yeah. It's super gross. Okay. So the theory is that Charlie Lindbergh Charles Lindbergh's first son was not a healthy baby. He had a mild form of rickets. There's rickets is the disease in little kids. If they have it bad enough, it basically makes their legs, their knees touch and like their legs are bowed and they're really deformed. Charlie's wasn't that bad. So some people argue that this health argument isn't strong enough or like the case can't be made. But the theory is that they wouldn't have, that the family was very secretive about what all these medical problems were. He also didn't have a closed fontanelle, which I love that word because that's what Holly Hunter says in Raising Arizona.
Something about, it's weird that you mentioned that just now because there's something about this case that has always reminded me of Raising Arizona, and that they take a ladder and climb up to the fucking second floor and steal a fucking baby.
Yeah. It's kind of exactly it's like the comedy version of this horrible story. Yeah. And his little fontanelle.
Yeah. Mind his fontanelle.
I love him so much. Mind his fontanelle.
Mind his fontanelle.
So, okay. So the fontanelle wasn't closed, which is a soft spot on a baby's head, and he was 2 years old.
Okay.
So that's very late for that to be happening. Okay. Also, there's a doctor, I think on the Conspiracy show, who was talking about that when the when the remains were found, there were deeper inner organs that were missing. And at the time, I think the medical examiner, they wrote it off as, well, it's exposure and wild animals have gotten to it. And this woman in the Conspiracy one goes, yeah, but you wouldn't be missing, you wouldn't be missing your heart. You wouldn't be missing half of your lung, but not your heart.
Right. You wouldn't they're not going to be like, I'm a big fan of lungs. Yeah, no. I'm going to take this piece and
it's not a pick and choose situation. It doesn't make sense. So they're saying they think this baby had a bunch of surgeries, that there was a lot of things wrong and just nobody knew about it. It was like the secret. And that the plan was, because this was a thing that got done a lot back then, that the plan was that it was Charles Lindbergh's idea to quote unquote, kidnap the baby. Then the baby's missing. And then meanwhile, they can anonymously check that 2-year-old into an institution and basically institutionalize the child so that he doesn't ever the world will never know that his genes are not perfect and he is not this supermensch.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah, well, this is a theory, so this isn't obviously proven, and this is
it's true.
Take it up with Nova if you don't like it, but I think it's fascinating because there's nothing about that story that makes sense. Yeah, like the mystery of the Lindbergh baby kidnapping is why. Why would you kill a baby if you got the money for it? What monster would just immediately, same night, before anyone gets a chance to pay off anything, just kill the child? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And then keep going with it. Yeah.
Yeah. And also then just that those behaviors are connected. Like if you're into eugenics, there's something going on inside you that is really gross. Yeah. And really creepy. And it continued on. So basically, after the kidnapping and then the body being found, the public attention and pressure was so great on the Lindbergh family, that they, and apparently in one of these stories, they said that there was another kidnapping threat against their baby John, their new baby. So they were given diplomatic passports and they traveled under assumed names, and they took a boat, like they left in the middle of the night and took a boat to England and ended up going to live with family that they had there in Wales, is where they ended up going to Wales, and then they went out to some island off the coast of France. They were just like tried to get away from everybody. But so they lived in Europe for the next 3 years, but the next 3 years was 35 to 38 in fucking Europe.
Shit.
And the Nazis were coming to power. Yeah. And the Nazis had heard all about how much, Charles Lindbergh was into eugenics. And they were like, guess what? We're into eugenics too. Why don't you come and take a tour of the fucking factory? So that basically he came out as a very huge anti-Semite and a big pro-Hitler. Like his whole thing was like, I don't know why Hitler has to be so extreme about everything, but they do have great ideas. He was that guy. Yeah. And nobody was
I'm not a Nazi, but
yeah, but I love their ideas, and they're organized or all that bullshit. Okay. So, So basically, he gets asked to return to the United States to be a consultant for the U.S. Air Force, because I think the military was like, we're about to get into this thing.
Yeah.
At that point, when they come back, he and Anne had 5 children.
Jesus.
And they say over the years, his kids only saw him a couple months a year.
Wow.
That he was really a detached, distant father. And then, so none of that explains the kidnapping, and none of that attributes anything. And there's lots of distant fathers that
Sure.
But then here's another weird twist. In 2003, these people these German citizens come forward and announce that they were secretly fathered by Charles Lindbergh in the 50s.
What?
7 adult people. What? So what happened was, and this turns out to be fucking true.
No way.
That in the late 50s, he goes over to Germany and he starts having an affair. He has an affair with a woman named Brigitte Hesheimer. He has 3 children with Brigitte, and then Brigitte's sister Mariette, who's a painter, he has 2 kids with her sister.
Oh my God.
And then with his private secretary in Europe, he has her name is Valeska. I just have the name Valeska.
Mm-hmm.
That he has a son and daughter with her.
Oh my God, dude. Chill
all
out.
7 kids. They're born between 58 and 67. And in 1974, Charles Lindbergh died of lymphoma. And 10 days before his death, he wrote letters to all 3 women begging them not to reveal the secret. And so none of them did.
No.
And the only way they found out was I believe it was Brigitte's daughter. I could be wrong about that, but I believe it was Brigitte's daughter they all had suspicions because he told them they met him and would see him once a year, maybe twice a year over the years. But he said his name, was shit. I won't be able to remember it. I don't have it written down. It was something weird like Carl Kent or something like that. Just a weird fake name. That's the only way they knew their father. But then, did you get it? Yeah. Thank you. Carew Kent. Careu.
Make that shit up, man.
It's Carew Kent would show up and be like, "It's me, your dad. Merry Christmas. Bye." So Brigitte's daughter finds love letters and photographs, puts it together. They all get their DNA tested. And then they find out it's 7 children that he fathered.
Was busy.
And it goes along with his eugenics thing of I am the one that needs to propagate and have tons of kids. So I'm going to go and have all these affairs and just have kids all over the place.
Yeah, I have to. It's for the fucking greater good.
It's for the greater good of fucking Germany. So I mean, that's just kind of like an interesting, weird, creepy thing where it's just like, who is this person? Yeah. Who is this mystery man that the world held up as this great human being because he made a solo flight across the Atlantic? The good part about this horrible story that basically rocked the nation and was the hugest story, it's all anybody talked about for years and years, is that the day after this baby was kidnapped, Congress passed a law making kidnapping a capital offense. Wow. So that's when they put it into effect that if you take a person over state lines.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's a capital offense. And basically that's it was, and it was called it then, and although it remains popular at the time, it was the crime of the century.
That's incredible. They never found the other 2/3 people that it could have been.
If you watch this Nova special, there's a guy on there and it reminds me of a lot of the Black Dahlia stuff where there's a guy on there who's like, my father knew a person and he overheard this conversation and it could have been this guy and it could have been this guy.
It feels like it would have been that someone related to that the dude, the 1/3 dude.
Yeah.
Brother,
Yes.
does he have a brother-in-law? It's always the brother-in-law.
Well, because he was this German immigrant, there was other people on this city block that he lived on that were from the same city that he was from in Germany. And so the landlord of this guy who says his father overheard a conversation, that man's landlord was from the same city as Hopman. So the theory, it's a very strong theory, but it is just theory, and it kind of goes all over because it's basically this guy's father overheard a conversation where they all talked about they used the word Inglewood and they said the name Bruno and and then there's pictures and whatever, but nothing is conclusive. So I didn't include it.
They never found the other money, right? Like no one ever spent it.
Well, but there's the one guy that they suspected, one of the two people that this guy knew and they suspected, took what at the time would have been a $70,000 world cruise.
Holy shit.
With his wife. And there's pictures of him on the cruise. And he came back from Europe, after Hopman was found guilty. So basically they took a cruise, got the fuck out of Dodge, went around the world on a boat. And then when they heard that they got the guy and they were sending him to the electric chair, they were like, okay, we can come back now.
That was him. I think it was him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's very sinister and definitely unproven. But the idea that he just wanted this not perfect baby out of the house is just so
Or maybe what they
dark.
were going to do is like take the baby out, put him in a facility. Something accidentally happened and he died. Maybe they were going to replace him with like a adopted perfect baby that they were going to say was him.
Oh, maybe.
You know?
Could be. I mean, when you see, there's lots of they have lots of home video and these black and white videos of this baby. It's not like this baby looks like anything is wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he was under this pressure to be the perfect, human being and that's the whole theory of eugenics is like perfection, then you can't have a baby that has turned in knees, rickets, that is even in any way developmentally slow.
Yeah. Maybe the baby that they found that was dead wasn't Charlie. Maybe they put Charlie in a fucking institution, killed some other baby to be like, nope, Charlie's dead. And then they could like have this sick baby that they visit whenever they want.
Maybe.
I think that's it.
You've done it.
I did it. You know what I mean, though?
You've added another twist. Yes. Well, but basically they did it.
Yeah.
That's even darker because then they're killing a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing is, it would be nice to have some answers for Christ's sake.
Let's DNA test that shit. Go on genealogy.net. Test that shit. Right.
Get on there.
Well, fuck. That was great.
Oh, thanks.
Ooh-wee. I bet you guys have never heard the word ladder more in your life. Oh my gosh, you guys. This has been so much fun. Thanks so much to Karen and Georgia and the Exactly Right team for bringing us great content every week. And thank you for listening. I'm Kyle Russell. You can catch me on Instagram at kikiwithkiki. And this is the end. Bye. Stay sexy and don't get murdered. Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie?
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, whatever turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping, and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye.
This may surprise you, but clothes that feel good and look good don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Designs that make you feel as good as you look is what Hill House is known for.
Hill House Home invented the viral nap dress.
Hill House makes fun, versatile fashion that elevates your look. I now own 3 nap dresses. I love them. They're so comfy and cute. Pockets for days. You know, get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com with code MFM15.
That's MFM15 for 15% off at hillhousehome.com.
Goodbye.